said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my install. Here lies him getting paid for. Never take a loss on my install. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my install. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the install. Too late, he already lived. It was written in the.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. In on the stop, Bradley McDougald.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Mayfield on play action. Flushed out right. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Give him 30 yards there.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now second down.
Detroit! Detroit!
A second down throw for Mayfield. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
14.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, an even 90 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Janikowski adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second down, Mayfield. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He lets it fly for Lockett. This is caught inside the 15. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Check 50, check 50.
And it's Wilson again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Sebastian Janikowski to try the Seahawks field goal. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color blue?
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Seahawks have recovered. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Zebra. Hey, hey.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Gotta go.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the seat. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Hey. Tempo.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And the Browns getting set to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action. Mayfield. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play there for the Browns. And even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Gun! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. His throw caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. Third and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, but not goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Johnson kept out of the end zone on fourth down, and the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room at no less to give the punter a chance to kick the ball away. It means take care of the ball, try and create some space. They were doing that, and the ball comes free.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
They'll give it to Chubb, and he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Well, partner, after the conference championship games, there was a lot of talk about the overtime rules, understandably so. Do you think that anything needs to be changed in the NFL overtime situation?
I don't think so. And you got to remember, I'm an old crone, all right? So here's the deal on it. The NFL jumped into popularity with an overtime game, the Baltimore Colts being the New York Giants. Back in, where was it, 1959, 58, 59? That's when the NFL really came into prominence, and it was sudden death. Alan Amici, the Colts got the ball, they scored. No one talked about anything but, boy, what an exciting game. As time went on, people started talking about fairness. So the overtime rule finally got changed. If you score first with a touchdown, the game's over. Otherwise, you keep playing. I think that's pretty cool. And in our 2 championship games this year, we had overtime in both. Tom Brady and the Patriots won the toss, went downfield, scored a touchdown, ball game. Drew Brees and the Saints won the coin toss, threw an interception. The Rams kicked the field goal and won. Defense still exists if you care to play it.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And a grab made by Doug Baldwin. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. He's to the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now Wilson on second down. Eluding the pressure right. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Out to kick is Janikowski. Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
14, 14. 12, 12. 14. Right. Hey, over here, over here. Hey, hey.
On second down, Wilson. And Dixon over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation down.
Tempo, tempo. 3 down, 3 down. Right. 280. One flip.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And the tight end Dixon left side. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Gun. Hey.
first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
19.
On first down, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on-knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Now it's Wilson. Incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed, near the goal line, on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They go play action here on first down. He's going to look deep for Perriman. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for Cleveland. 55 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Brashad Perriman, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
They'll indeed run here right off the bat. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Carson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
14.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Following the interception, Mayfield. That's Njoku over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Lucky 56. Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Play fake. Mayfield. That's caught out left by Perriman. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashad Perriman, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now?
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Gun. 4 down. Check 3. Hey, gun.
Wilson. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
Hey, over here. There. Gun. 95.
3rd and long. It's Wilson going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Seahawks. And even 50 yards.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So the big play. 30 now for 1st and 10.
We got three. 380. Watch 32.
This is Carson. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. On third down, that's Carson. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run it with Carson, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Come on, let's go.
And they'll run it here. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Janikowski bangs it through. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Mayfield. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 19.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.